Previously, in the last episode, we followed the trail of the raiders across the sea. After uncovering a slave list in the bandit camp, we learned that the captives had been sold and taken to Zeonica. We seized a ship and sailed through storms and pirate attacks, barely surviving the journey. But we made it. In Zeonica, we searched for answers, and all clues led to one man, the arena master. And when I finally saw him, watching from above the arena, felt like he already knew why I had come. Now, the truth is within reach, and I will not leave without answers. I am Wusur of the clan Banu Yatash, and this is episode 5. We finally made it and approached the arena master. Up close, he seemed smaller, but no less dangerous. I didn't waste time. I stepped forward, my hand resting on the hilt of my sword, and began to question him. First, he hesitated, but when the steel caught the light, and he saw I was not here to play games, he spoke. He told us he had already sold the slaves to a man from the tavern. A stranger, someone he had never seen before, and it had happened recently. His voice trembled, his eyes never leaving my blade. He was afraid, which meant he was telling the truth. Zeonica was vast, overwhelming, and my patience was running thin. We moved quickly through the streets, pushing past crowds, until we reached the tavern. Inside, the air was thick with noise of voices, laughter, and secrets. Then I saw her, the tavern maid. I approached quietly, my voice low and calm. I asked her if she knew of a man, someone who had recently bought slaves from the Asurai lands. She hesitated, then nodded. Her eyes shifted, pointing toward the second floor. I followed her gaze. Without wasting a moment, I moved, step by step, up the stairs, my hand resting near my blade. There he was. I approached him, asking the same question, but his reaction was different. Too loud, too fast. He began shouting, drawing attention, panic in his voice. I had no choice. Before he could alert the entire tavern, I struck him, knocking him to the ground. The room fell silent for a moment, and now all eyes were on me. The guards threw me out. Rough hands. No questions, just force. The doors slammed behind me, and I found myself back on the streets of Zeonica. Moments later, a woman rushed past me. The wife of the man I had struck, coming to drag his body away. But before they took him, I had already taken something. A note, the same kind of note I had seen before. A list of slaves. I stepped into the shadows, unfolding it carefully. Names, trades, buyers, and then I saw it. Hara, the spice vendor. That was her, Thaqir's daughter. My grip tightened on the paper. This meant one thing. We were on the right track. Night fell. Zeonica grew quieter, shadows stretching across the streets. I knew I had to see that man again, and this time, I would get answers. Luckily, before everything went wrong in the tavern, I had seen where he lived. His face, his movements, the direction he came from. I remembered it all. So I moved through the darkness, keeping to the alleys, watching every corner. Step by step, I made my way toward his home, ready to finish what I had started. I saw a woman in the living room. I approached her gently, keeping my voice low, calm. I asked if she knew Hara, the Asurai slave woman. For a moment, she hesitated, then finally, she gave me an answer. Hara was here. My heart tightened, but I stayed focused. The woman looked at me carefully, then spoke again. Her brother, she said, was a powerful man. He would not give Hara up. Not for coin, not without a fight. The room fell silent for a moment, then she added something more. A caravan, leaving tomorrow. Her brother, now wounded, would not be going with it. I understood immediately this was our chance. If Hara was being moved, then tomorrow we strike. That night we rested, but sleep did not come easy. We sat together, speaking in low voices, making our plan. At dawn, we would strike. The caravan would pass near the coast, and that is where we would ambush it, close to our ship, close to our only escape. Everything had to be quick, clean, and decisive. We all knew we had already crossed a line. We had angered powerful people, but we did not yet know how powerful, and that made it worse. I looked at my companions, then toward the dark horizon. The sooner we act, I said quietly, the sooner we leave. No one argued. Tomorrow would decide everything. So we set off. And if you are wondering how we got the horses, we took them, stole them from the host in the dead of night. No noise, no witnesses. We needed speed, and we were done asking. Before leaving the city, I also found a group of Asurai refugees, lost, desperate, with nothing left. I spoke to them, told them of the caravan, of the chance for coin, for a new start. I offered them everything we would take, all the loot. They looked at one another, then back at me, and one by one, they agreed. Now, our numbers had grown. More blades, more risk, more eyes on us. I mounted my horse, looking toward the coast. The plan was set, and there was no turning back now. We hid among the leaves, low and silent, barely breathing as we waited. Time moved slowly. Every sound felt louder than it should, every movement a risk. Then, on the horizon, there was movement. A small party of villagers from Zeonica, walking alongside a caravan, just as we had been told. I narrowed my eyes, watching them draw closer. This was it. So it began. And then, I saw her, Hara. She looked straight at us. Fear in her eyes, but something else too. Hope, Thaqir's daughter, alive. We had found her. Now we just had to take her back. The enemy broke, turning to run, but we were not finished. Not yet. I pulled my sword free, turned my horse, and gave chase. The wind rushed past me, the ground trembling beneath the hooves. He tried to flee, but he was too slow. In one swift motion, I struck. The blade cut clean, and he fell in a single stroke. Silence followed. The fight was over. Finally, Hara was free. And for a moment, it felt like we could finally breathe again. We had done it. We could go home. But there was another problem. On this journey, we had made many enemies, powerful ones. And now we had to return to Zeonica, reach the port, and somehow sneak into the city, unseen. It would not be easy, but that is a story for another episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, support the journey. Take care, and stay sharp.